Hi, I'm Cat Navarro Lee with Dances with Films, and I am here with the cast and crew of Ink or Die, which is a short documentary. So I'm guessing it has to do with ink, with tattoos?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm Lane. I'm the director of the documentary. Keith and Cheryl are the subjects. And it's about, so they met in a recovery house. We all met in the same recovery house back in 2016. And they've since gotten married and opened a tattoo shop / hair salon. So it's Ink or Die DYE, because she does hair in the back, he does tattoos in the front. And they hold big recovery fundraisers in their small town, and he'll cover any gang or hate related tattoo for free. So they've really made a recovery a core part of their business.
Wow. Can I just have you guys introduce yourselves again so we can get your full name?
Cheryl, and I am the main subject in the movie, along with my husband.
I'm Keith Edmonds, and I'm tattoo artist / owner of Ink or Die Studio.
And Lane, how did you get connected with these wonderful artists?
Yeah, so when I first got sober back in 2016, I have 9 years sober now. I went into a recovery house because that was something that I needed in order to get sober. And these folks were the hot shots with 6 months sober at the time, which was a lot in a recovery house. And so we met at this, very vulnerable part in all of our lives. And a lot of our friends since that time have overdosed and passed away and gone back to prison. And I got to watch from afar these two, open their own business and make their own space and then start winning awards and all this amazing thing. And so as I started making films, we have just kept in touch, and I always kind of kept an eye on them and eventually approached them and said, what would you think about, seeing if we can put a documentary together to share more hopeful, positive stories of recovery.
What a beautiful story. I feel like there's so many real life, everyday stories that are so inspiring. And just to know that you guys have had this relationship for so many years. Was there like a favorite memory that you had early on with them that really planted the seed to say, oh, I want to go along this journey with these friends?
Yeah, well, there's a photo of us all together at the July 4th picnic.
That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Oh, we were, all together. And
Yeah, because and we didn't actually overlap for that long. And so I think we've become closer over the years than we were at that time. But for me, it was a really big deal because of all that history with like other friends who haven't made it. It was a really big deal the first time I got to go sit in the shop with you guys and see what you had built and see the way that life was going for you. It was healing for me.
So how is your recovery connected with your tattoos, with your businesses?
Yes.
The recovery is everything. We wouldn't have any of it without the recovery. And, having our stories, it was very hush-hush for a little bit because you kind of have that shame and guilt that you have there still. You have issues, but not to broadcast it. But we realized the more that we talked about it, when I'm doing services with hair while he's tattooing, how many people we were actually helping, whether it was our direct client or they had a spouse or a child who needed help and had no idea what to do, what direction to go in, what it looked like. So it was very humbling and rewarding to kind of tie in our turmoil to help other people at the same time. And I think that was our biggest thing, really, is tying those two together and realize, wow, we can actually do something that's helpful. You don't feel as small at that point in the world.
I think one of our big motivators also was like starting from the bottom and having nothing and living in a recovery house and just trying to make it in the world. We wanted to be able to give back to that same community and allow people who were in the same situation that we were a chance to get clean and sober. So we host events and raise money for recovery awareness, and we do big things in the community every chance that we can. And that's really what this film is about, community.
I love that, community, redemption. Do you guys have a favorite work of art on your bodies that you wear?
Go ahead.
I don't know what I don't really have a favorite.
She has a hodgepodge of me learning how to tattoo.
I think it's just beautiful to look at. Where can we find out more about your film and follow you guys?
Absolutely. So you can head to my website, lanemichaelstanley.com. There's an Ink or Die page, or you can follow me on Instagram at lanemichaelstanley. And then where can they find the shop?
Ink or Die Studio, www.inkorDieStudio.org or at Ink or Die Studio on Instagram or Facebook, TikTok, all the socials, we're out there.
Yeah, we're there.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Kat with IdeateTV. Thank you.